1942 in a field outside of Avignon, France. A squad of American soldiers was pinned down by machine gun fire coming from a German pillbox. It was a pretty bad situation. Suddenly, Staff Sergeant Chip jumps up, directly disobeying orders, rushes the machine gun nest, gets shot twice on the way, gets into the pillbox, disables the machine gunner, holds the rest of the crew at bay while getting bayoneted 2 or 3 times. The squad shows up, takes the rest of the guys captive. The irony of this is Staff Sergeant Chip was a German Shepherd, 2nd generation from Berlin, who had been donated to the American Army by a U.S. civilian for the war effort in World War II. I could talk for 5-10 minutes easily about war hero dogs. There's statues all over the country commemorating this. But the speech is really about selecting the proper dog to do this kind of work, a service dog cadet. Temperament is first and foremost. The proper temperament can cover a lot of weaknesses in the dog. When I say temperament, I'm referring to things like prey drive. Will the dog chase something that runs? Pain sensitivity. Overly sensitive dog is not a good service candidate. And we test that by pinching an ear, pinching between the toes. If the dog whimpers, they're immediately disqualified as a cadet. We're also looking at intelligence, their response to fear. We can test fear in a dog by exposing them to gunshots or any loud noise when they're not expecting it. You want your dog to stand his ground, show aggression towards the loud noise, and evidence that they are actually afraid. You don't want a fearless dog, because that indicates lack of discretion or even lack of intelligence in the dog. You don't want a cowardly dog that will run away. You want a dog that recognizes the threat and is willing to stand his ground, especially with his handler standing nearby. In addition to these things is the willingness to please. A dog can have all these great candidates, these qualities, but if it's not willing to work with you, if it is not socialized properly with people, then it's not a service candidate for any type of service. Physique is also a critical component of selecting a service candidate. The dog's got to be tough, well-built, able to withstand punishment, athletic. Agility training is very important, so the dog can go anywhere for just about any form of service, whether it be military, seeing eye, healthcare, and so forth. I have a video that I want to show you proofing a puppy as a service candidate using a flirt pole.
Aww.
You see the puppy is alert and ready to go. This is demonstrating prey drive, and the pup is all over it, a strong candidate. For police, military, and protection, in addition to prey drive, we're also looking at their bite, which as you just saw, this pup has a good bite. Now the guy proofs the bite, which is kind of interesting, by using the dog, the rag, to lift the puppy up. And this is oftentimes done when pups are 6 or 8 weeks old, before you even invest any time whatsoever for protection work. If the dog doesn't have that bite, they're not a candidate. I'll give you a minute to enjoy the video. Typically, the German Shepherds and the lab-type dogs that we use for this kind of work are prone to problems with hips and elbows. So a dog that's going to suffer from dysplasia of hips or elbows won't become evident until they're several years old. Imagine the aggravation of spending 8 hours a day training a dog, get them up to 2 years old, they're finally ready to enter service, and then they blow out a hip, and they're done pretty much for that work. They can become, at that point, an expensive pet. These dogs, by the time they're ready to enter service, whether it be for seeing eye work, police work, military work, they're worth upwards of $10,000, $15,000 easily. So, serious business. You notice as he's training the dog with his grip work, he's smacking him on the side, testing for pain sensitivity as well. And that's an issue with temperament, I suppose, as well as other things. It's critical to match the dog with purpose. This particular puppy that's displaying great bite work and extreme prey drive might not be the best therapy dog for a hospital situation. He may not work well as a seeing eye dog as well. Seeing eye dogs have to have a very strong hunting drive, which we distinguish from prey drive. Hunting drive is that relentless tracking of the prey. You see your dog sniffing around the ground, he's looking for the little rabbit, and he won't stop until he finds it. It's very different from prey drive, which is that chase. So the dog sees a squirrel, runs after the squirrel gets away, he's over with it. A dog with a strong hunting drive will keep looking for the squirrel. We've discussed temperament, physique, matching the proper dog with the proper service. I guess in parting, I'd like to issue words of caution. A lot of people think it's cool to have a dog that's weaponized like this trained to attack. It's a terrible responsibility, and without the basic obedience being put down, without constant work, these dogs become neurotic, and it's kind of like having a pistol laying around that can go off at any given time. So it should never be done by a rookie. It should always be done with the very best of intention and love for the dog. That's it.
We should film you too, if you can.
Good job, Greg.